All right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and share the dream that I promised I would share, but you definitely have to check out Home, Heart, and Devices. That is the video that you need to watch before you watch this one because it's all going to make sense. And I did abruptly end that one, so I'm sorry about that, y'all. I felt like I just explained everything, so it abruptly ended. But aside from that, I have to give y'all a little bit of backstory before I share this particular dream. Okay. So back in 2024, I was homeless and I was looking for a job and I was looking for an apartment. So I knew I needed to land the job before I could start searching for an apartment. So God blessed me with a job. I was homeless in February. God blessed me with a job in March. So now that I'm working, I am now looking for an apartment. And I'm laying everything out. I'm letting God know why my eyes were set on the apartment that I'm in now. And so I basically made a promise to God. And I said, God, if you bless me with this apartment, I'm not going to let this particular family member in my life. Now, this family member is one of the reasons why I ended up homeless. Okay. I was living with them for a particular amount of time before they decided they were just going to up and leave, knowing I didn't have anywhere to go. Okay. And I was not going to follow them because this family member caused me so much pain, y'all, so much heartache. And basically, they just were going to leave me to the dust. Okay. I wasn't supposed to have had an apartment, let alone a job. They just wanted me to have nothing. Okay. So, of course, God moved quickly and He blessed me with a job. And then in April, He blessed me with the apartment I'm in now. But again, the promise that I made to God was I'm not going to let this particular family member back into my life. They're not coming into this apartment. Okay. Now, this particular family member is connected to other family members that I hang out with regularly, especially on the weekend. So, whenever they would come over, that family member would show up too. And I felt bad at that time when I first moved in around April because I didn't want to make it seem like, oh, y'all can come in, but that one cannot. So I would still let them come in. And so it got to the point where God began to speak to me. And I was driving one day to work and I saw on someone's license plate, um, grace. And God was letting me know you have a grace period. Because again, I had promised God this family member was not coming in my apartment. Okay. That was the conditions basically to get in my apartment and stay in my apartment. I had to adhere to what I promised God. Okay. And so God was letting me know you got a grace period and then you have to cut them off. So God ended up giving me a dream. And this is where the dream is going to come in. So in the dream, the family member does not knock on my door, nothing, just walks in. The one that God said, cut off, no more talking, texting, etc. They walk right into my apartment and go straight into my bedroom and into my bathroom, and they just close the door. Crazy, I know. And so right after they come in, I'm still in my living room and I'm just sitting down because I'm like, did they really just come in, didn't say hi or nothing, just walked in here like, okay. And so right after they did that, I'm looking at my refrigerator in the corner of the kitchen area, and I start to see bugs start to crawl in. And I'm not just seeing bugs and other creepy crawlers. Animals are starting to come into my home. And I'm like, what in the world? And so all these bugs and animals, I saw a crab, I saw a dog, just everything was just coming into my apartment. And all of those represented something spiritually. Okay. And God was showing me every time you let this person back into your home, all of these spirits, these creepy crawlers and all of this demonic activity, everything else is coming in with him. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I remember just being up on my couch and just trying to get away from these creepy crawlers and all these other animals that were coming in. And I've done a teaching on spiritual animals. So definitely check out that teaching. I don't remember what playlist. You're just going to have to dig through, y'all. I'm so sorry. And if I find the playlist, I will put it in the comment section. But y'all, after I had that dream, there was no more questions to God or anything. I contacted that family member and I let them know you cannot come into my apartment anymore. So whatever is happening in the spirit, God will give you a dream. He can give you dreams about the enemy trying to set you up, trying to work through somebody. God has done it so many times before. And so I'm hoping that this reaches who it's meant to reach. pray and counsel these dreams, cancel the attacks of the enemy, pray against altars, contracts, and covenants. Check out my dream playlist, y'all. I'm breaking down a whole lot of what's happening in the spirit realm when we're asleep. The Bible talks about how the devil sows seeds. So he's attacking us while we're asleep, while we're in our dream state, and we're coming into agreement and we don't even realize it. And so we're waking up. And that's why the devil has legal ground. He can come in and sabotage and corrupt. Okay. So every dream I'm sharing, it's not just for me. It's for the whole body of Christ. It's time for us to wake up. So I pray that y'all are woke and don't go back to sleep. And not physically, spiritually. God bless y'all. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.